December 27th, 10:35 a.m. District Courtroom number 3. Let us get back to the court case. Order. Court is now back in session. Witness, please testify to the court of everything you saw on the night of December 24th.
Right, leave it to me.
Larry, don't mess this one up. I hate to admit it, but you're our last chance. The truth is about this being a big break.
That night, I was out on the boat, in a boat on the lake. I was looking for something and I found it. So I quietly slipped the boat back into the unobstructed dock. I was thinking about going home and I heard a bang. I looked over the lake and see a boat. So after that, I heard a single gunshot when I headed home.
We usually vague testimony, but even for this court. In any case, Mr. Wright, you may begin the cross-examination. Yes, Your Honor. What's wrong, Nick? It's there. I have no idea what he's going to say if I press him.
Well, we come this one.
There's something that...
Objection!
Larry? You only heard one bang? I thought that was the spot. Oh wait. Okay. One touch. I thought the bang one would have been that. Wait a second. One. Wait a second, Larry.
What?
You only heard one bang? You sure?
That's what I said.
Miss Lotta Hart, who said also says that she's a whole lot of woman, said she heard two bangs. And the old man just now said the same thing. They both heard two gunshots at night.
Huh?
Were you even listening? Were you paying attention at all to what they said?
Yo, Nick, please.
Huh?
You know something's been bothering me. I'm a witness, see? I'm like a customer here. So you gotta treat me nice and stuff, okay?
Mr. Butts?
What?
You only heard one gunshot? Are you sure?
Well, to tell you the truth, I'm not sure.
Not sure? How could you not be sure?
Yeah, well, I might have missed the other gunshot. I was listening to something else.
Something else?
My radio, dude, with my headset.
What? What? Whoa! Order! Stop the booing! Mr. Butts, you were listening to the radio with your headphones?
Yeah, so what? That's a crime? I listen to the radio. Everyone listens to the radio. What's the big deal?
Mr. Von Karma, your opinion?
Waste of time! I do not accept this witness, nor his shoddy testimony.
Well, Mr. Wright, should he continue his testimony? I say... continue. Just despite Bon Karma. Please allow the witness to continue his testimony, just despite him. Bah! Nothing more pitiful than a lawyer who doesn't know when he's lost. Very well, Mr. Butts. Please give your testimony to make sure to include details like your radio. Wait, hey, leave it to me. I wondered if there any other way out of this. Believe me. Yeah, I believe.
It was lonely being alone on Christmas Eve. That's why I was listening to an all request show on the radio. See, I was listening to it real booming loud, like. But I'm sure I heard that gunshot. I remember exactly what the DJ was saying, and I heard it too.
You were listening to your radio at a high volume.
Yeah, that was. What's the big problem? Can a man listen to his radio in peace? Isn't this a free country?
I truly believe Larry has no idea what the problem is yet.
Judge! Can you believe a word this witness says? What he heard was probably nothing more than a drum beat from the radio.
True enough, it was difficult to believe this testimony. Wait, Your Honor. The witness says he remembers exactly what the DJ said when he heard the gunshot. Excuse me, DJ? What is that? An announcer. The guy who says things on the radio. Anyway, what this means is that he heard the sound, no music playing, it was playing. The DJ only talks between songs, so he could have heard the gunshot from the lake. I'd like to let's examine the witness, Your Honor. Very well, Mr. Wright. Can't believe I'm continuing this charade. Okay. Hold it. What did this DJ say? Mr. Wright, please cease these pointless questions. Good. Indeed, Mr. Von Karma has a point. I'll allow this question. We should care. Why? Well, how do you know? You don't ask him. Yeah, well. Good shot. Take it. Sure. What's that, man? Gee, it is sexy one. Let's see. Let's see. Objection. Larry, are you absolutely saying you're saying what's correct?
Huh? Huh? What the face? You look scary, dude. If you're trying to scare me, you better know what. I don't scare that easily.
Is something the matter, Mr. Wright? Your Honor? Did you hear what this witness said? The DG said, "Hey, it's almost Christmas," when he heard the gunshot. Indeed, and almost Christmas means it wasn't Christmas. Do you know realize what this means? When he heard the gunshot, it was still Christmas Eve. Yeah, that would seem to be this. But he should have heard the gunshot after midnight. This photograph is irrefutable proof of this fact. Let's see you. Here, what the time was on the photo taken when the gun triggered Miss Hart's camera? 15 minutes after midnight on Christmas Day. This is a clear contradiction, Your Honor. Order! Order! What does this mean? Two prior witnesses heard two gunshots after midnight. However, this witness says she heard a gunshot before midnight.
Judge, the answer is simple. The current witness is painfully mistaken. Just look at him, suspicious.
What? Well, Mr. Wright, what do you think about Mr. thing? Larry is right. He heard the gunshot before midnight.
Intriguing. I'm assuming you have proof for this wild claim. Show me evidence.
Where's Lotus? Take this. Look at this photo. Taken by our witness yesterday. He's gonna go. Timestamp going to photo reads December 24th, 11:50 p.m. Ooh. But there's nothing on the lake in this picture, Your Honor. The real issue is it's not why nothing is shown in this photograph. It's why this photograph exists at all. What do you mean, Your Honor? This photograph was taken by an automatic camera. The camera is set to go off in response to loud noises. Aha! Correct. There was a loud noise on the lake at 11:15 p.m. That is why this photograph was taken. In other words, when Larry heard the gunshot, it was most definitely still Christmas Eve. Indeed, it seems that is the case. And what does that leave us? Miss Hart testifies she heard the gunshots after midnight. Are you claiming she was mistaken? Not at all, Your Honor. In fact, the camera also triggered 15 minutes after midnight. Your Honor, that night there were two gunshots with a 25-minute pause between them. Why would that be?
Don't be fooled, Judge! I'm clearly setting this shit up, and I'm trying to make it look like I'm innocent. And Edgeworth is guilty. The camera was set up to respond to loud noises!
Yes?
There's no proof that the loud noise was at 11:50 was a gunshot. Why would the have sneezed the triggering the camera? me! My nose was clear. Not hurt, man. Clear!
Mr. Wright? Well, he's sure to... This is my evidence. The murder weapon? Something about the pistol was bothering me, Your Honor. Both witnesses who testified yesterday heard 2 gunshots. However, the murder weapon was fired 3 times. When was the last shot fired? Only now have I realized the truth. The 3rd shot was the shot that Larry must have heard just before midnight. Order! Order! That would make sense. The evidence we've heard seen so far. However, this leaves me wondering exactly when it did happen that night of the late. Exactly. If this was true, there were 2 sets of gunshots separated by 25 minutes. One at 11:50 and the other 15 minutes after midnight. Why, I ask you, why? Wait a second. Gunshot separated by 25 minutes. What's wrong, Nick? I have it. Huh? Remember the case with the Steel Samurai? Yeah, of course, I remember. Murderer in this case had the same idea as the murderer in this case. What do you mean? Maya? Yes? If we don't figure this out now, we'll never get overturned Edgeworth's guilty. Got a hunch, and I'm going to run with it. Right, I mean, is this safe? Safe? We've already gotten a guilty verdict. We have nothing to lose. You just watch and let me know if I say anything that sounds fishy, okay? Right, Nick? And besides, we have a we have a secret weapon in our hand. Cheese for everyone! Oh no, not... Nick, why'd you bring him? I need his gift. Your Honor. Yes, Mr. Wright? Don't mind my buddy that that's obsessed with... What are you talking about, mortal? I'm here to give you some advice, some help. The testimony just now has cleared up this entire case. What do you mean, Mr. Wright? Tisk, tisk, tisk. So you finally realized the truth. There can only be no other murderer here than Miles Edgeworth himself. What's wrong, Buncombe? A man that was shot last night, but it wasn't Edgeworth who did the shoot. Listen up, rookie. Take a deep breath and consider the facts. At the time of the murder, one boat was on the lake. That was shown by the witness's photograph. Victim Robert boat. That was a gunshot fired on that boat, and Robert Hammond fell into the lake. The distance was 1 meter. It couldn't have been suicide. Well, the guilty party has to be the other man on the boat. I admit it's hard to imagine any other possibility. Yes, but this assumes that the victim was shot 15 minutes after midnight. What do you mean by that, Mr. Wright? After the shooting. timestamp of the photo says 15 minutes. But Larry heard a gunshot 25 minutes before that. Robert Hammond was killed then, 25 minutes before the shot on the lake. That's the only way that Edgeworth could be innocent. Mr. Wright, are you quite mad? No! He is not mad! I am the mad god, mortal! And I will give you my gifts for considering he was the mad one! Of course, it was Edgeworth and the murderer. After the murderer killed Robert Hammond at 11:50, he assumed the guise of Mr. Hammond and met Edgeworth. What? Are you serious? Yes, Edgeworth won't tell us why he went to the lake that night. However, I have a hunch. That night, Robert Hammond called Edgeworth to the lake. Now, Edgeworth didn't know Robert Hammond's face that well. That's why he didn't suspect anything when the murderer took Robert Hammond's place. I'm not sure what you make of all this. Ludicrous! Mr. Wright, tell us the name of the murderer then. The murderer's name? Right. It's... You don't know? Bah! Again, you waste my time. I don't know because he never told us. The murderer is the caretaker of the boat shop, that old man. At 11:50, he was the one who killed Robert. The caretaker of the boat shop? Where did he do this? There weren't any boats on the lake then. Why would he have to go out all the way out on the lake just to shoot someone? They suggest the real scene of the crime was not on a boat. Well then, where did the murder take place? The most logical spot would be near here. Here, of course, the boat shop where he lives. That way he could meet with the victim without anyone seeing. Do you have proof that the boat shop was the scene of the crime? Recall Larry's testimony, if you will. The night he was out on the lake searching for something. Feinstein returns to that says he was starting to head his way home. He hears the gunshot. He heard a gunshot, Your Honor, even though he was wearing headphones at the time. In other words, the gunshot must have been very, very close by. And where would that be if he had just returned a boat? The boat shop? Mr. Wright? What would happen tonight on Court Lake? Please tell the court from the beginning. Yes, Your Honor. Nick, are you sure about this? Why, yes, Missy. He is sure. Sure as that I'm a mad god. Not really. Yes, he is. I'm just not making him think he's not. But if I start at the very beginning and I take it slow, I might be able to figure this one out. That night, the caretaker of the boat shop called Robert Hammond to his shop. Shot him. Dead. This was about 11:50. That was the gunshot that they heard was fired. After that, the caretaker put on Robert Harmon's coat, became a Robert Harmon, then got on the boat with Edgeworth and went on to the middle of the lake. The caretaker. It's on Edgeworth on purpose. Wait a minute. Yes. Why would he shoot twice if he didn't mean to hit him? Details. You know this, Mr. Wright. The moment you run out of explanations is the moment you lose. Tell us what. You create a witness. Create a witness? The murderer lifts his pistol and fires one shot. To ensure anybody heard the shot would take a look at the lake. Indeed, Miss Hart did exactly that after hearing the first gunshot. Next, the murderer eats a bed and fires again. The murderer jumps from the boat himself, leaving the pistol in the boat behind himself. I see! Someone looking from the edge of the lake, it appears that that one of the men on the boat had shot the other. The murderer didn't know about the automatic camera, of course. That's why he shot twice, to draw attention to the boat. Once you realize that everything falls into place, the boat caretaker swam back to his shop, and he put Mr. Hamilton's wet coat back on the body, threw the body into the lake. That is what happened, Your Honor. These are the events that transpired that night on Cord Lake. Bailiff? Bring out the witness from before, the boat caretaker, quickly. Very well, while we were... I would like to ask the defendant, Miles Edgeworth, a few questions. Mr. Edgeworth, please take the stand. Mr. Edgeworth, you heard what the defense had to say? Yes. Well, why did you go to the lake that night? What Mr. Wright, what Wright had to say was mostly correct. Astonishingly so, actually. Yes. Several days ago, I received a letter. The letter was saying to Robert Harmon. He asked me to come to the boat shop by the lake on Christmas. He had something very important to discuss with me. Something important? I'm sorry. I can't say what it was. Your Honor, sir. Bailiff? We are conducting a trial here. I ask you, quiet. The witness has disappeared. He isn't at the boat shop either. What? What should I do? Find him quickly! We cannot allow him to get away! Von Karma, your witness has disappeared. A search warrant has already been issued. I hate this. The more shit he turns up, the more likely I'm gonna be found guilty. It goes on without saying that I cannot declare a verdict under these circumstances. I will extend the trial until tomorrow, the final day allowed. I request the police department utilize its forces to find that witness. Am I understood? Urgh. One more thing. Just who is that button shop caretaker? I think his identity has become very important to this trial. I want him, and I want to know who he is. Urgh. Very well, court is adjourned. You did it! Yeah. Well, at least we got from under that guilty verdict. What happened to Larry? That was something else. Ron Kama didn't know what to do with his testimony. Larry really helped us out. Sure, once I sifted through that his unique testimony. Still, he did save us. Still, he did save us. Just wish cases weren't down by all the time. I know what you mean. Sometimes I feel like it's us on trial instead of our clients. Hey, Edgeworth. Mr. Edgeworth? Did you just say something? Don't look so pained. How are we gonna get off the hook? Relax. I'm sorry, but I feel it's not over yet for me. Right. There's something that's been troubling me for a long time. I don't know whether... Edgeworth? No, there's a little time left. I want to tell you to get off my chest, but... Okay, make up my mind. What is it about Edgeworth? It's a nightmare I've had. Memory of a crime, a crime you committed. A memory of a murder. Oh, the one you mean you didn't commit, but you think you committed because you were passed out? I'll see y'all in the next video.